relationship to him. As the book of Ephesians says, that we should be to the praise of his glory. Not, wait a minute, not give a praise, but that we should be a praise. That when you walk in the room, your presence is a praise. I wish you knew how delighted God is to see you. You know how it is when you love somebody and you open up the door and you see them and you get them feelings going all the way. Y'all, it's been so long, y'all done forgot. You know how you pick up the phone, you say hello, and they say hello. You say, if you're a guy, you drop your voice a little bit. You say, hey, baby. You know you can get your mic on when you have to. You really a tenor, but you can drop down to a bass when you got to. You say, hey, baby. I get to read on the phone and say, how you doing, girl? What's up? I can't hardly even breathe. I had to drop my voice down so low. I sound like George Beverly Shea. God loves to hear your voice, the sound of you, the scent of you. He's not angry at you. He's not against you. He doesn't hate you. It pleases God to bless you. He may not be pleased with everything you do. You know, you're not pleased with everything your children do, but you still love them. I learned more about God from raising my children than I did all the scriptures I have read in my life. Sometimes they make me so mad I could spit butane fuel. I mean, if I open my mouth, you could light a cigarette and smoke me. I don't care how angry I get, you better not do nothing to him. I tell you that, you better not do it. I will monkey wrench you. I will. I don't know karate, but I know crazy. Because love endures. Love embraces. Love connects. Love forgives. Love endures, you all. God meant for us to be in connection with him. When God created Adam, he created him from the dust of the earth. And God put his mouth on him, blew in him the breath of life. He became a living soul. God said, I wanted to see what I look like, so I made you to be in my image. You have my DNA. You're created out of me. You're a derivative of me. You're my picture in the earth. You're my expression. Whenever you walk in the room, you are a praise. Before you even open up your mouth, you are a praise. If you never dance, never leap, never hoop, never holler, the very fact that you are here is a praise to God, a testimony to God in the earth. Many things tried to kill you. The very fact that you're still walking around is a testimony of the authenticity that God is in your life. That's why you haven't gone stark raving mad, haven't gone crazy and lost your mind, threw in the towel and collapsed. God sustained you. And Adam walked around in the presence of God. In the presence of God. In the presence of God. When God got ready to see him, the Bible said the voice of the Lord walked through the cool of the garden, just coming where Adam was. God said, I'm just coming to hang out with you. And when you love somebody, you want to be around them. You want to be around them. You don't get tired of people when you love them. You just love them. You remember how I'm talking about young love. I'm not talking about this old love. Because, you know, when you're old in love, you sort of love. But you be playing it safe just in case. I'm talking about young love. Young love, where you on the phone listening at each other breathe. Running up the phone bill talking about what you thinking about. I don't know what you thinking about. I'm thinking about you, baby. You be on the phone for hours, ain't talking about nothing. You still there? Yeah. You done run out of things to talk about. That's when love is really good, when you don't need conversation to entertain it. You just there. Riding down the road, grinning. God said he has loved you with an everlasting love. He loved you so much that Satan hates you over how God feels about you. He hates you over there. Tries to get you to do little stuff to mess up your relationship with God. Tries to get what the Bible calls the doctrine of Balaam. Since he couldn't curse you, Satan tries to get you in a position where you curse yourself. If you haven't studied the doctrine of Balaam, you ought to study it. It'll really challenge your mind. The doctrine of Balaam, the Bible talks about it in the book of Revelation. It is where the enemy couldn't do anything to you, but he tries to get your behavior to put you in a position where your conduct separates you from the communion that you should have had with God. He's jealous of you. You took his job. Satan used to be in charge of praise and worship and the choir and the music and the singing, and he fell. And there was a vacancy in heaven for praise and worship, and the church got the job. That's why he hates you, because you drive down the road in that new car that God gave you, and you're not high-minded, but you just riding and saying, Lord, I thank you. I was catching the bus, and I can't believe you blessing me like this. You're so good to me. I'm not talking to the arrogant, high-minded airheads who think you got what you got by yourself. I'm talking about the people who have enough consciousness of mind to know that it was just God's favor. Touch your neighbor and tell them, God just blessed me. He blessed me. We're not all blessed on the same level. Somebody got blessed with their diploma. Somebody else got blessed to get their GED. Somebody else got blessed to get their degree. Somebody else got blessed to get their master. Somebody else got blessed to get their doctorate. But all of them are happy about it. It ain't the same level, but it's still the same blessing. Look at your neighbor and say, he just blessed me. When Adam sinned, the heavens closed. Before he sinned, God could look down and see himself in Adam. There was no barrier, no gulf. When Adam sinned, sin closed off the gap, shut the door. And so God had to go down there where Adam was. And for the first time, the Creator, the sovereign, the absolute God, who knows all things, who is omniscient, who knows the end from the beginning, asked a question. Think about that. Why would God, who knows everything, ever ask a question? God had never made a rock he couldn't throw. He's never created a mountain he couldn't move. There's never been a disease he couldn't heal. Why would God ask you a question? He is omniscient, which means he is all-knowing. See it where we get science, knowing. God is omniscience. He knows what we're trying to figure out. Still, he asked the question, Adam, where art thou? For the first time, Adam had moved into something that God knew nothing about. He moved into sin. God knew nothing about it. Where are you? Where are you? Stay right there, baby. I'm coming to get you. I know you can't come to me, but I'm going to come to you. I'm coming down through 42 generations. I'm coming down through the tentacles of the law. I'm coming down through tabernacles and temples and ceremonies and washings and cleansings and the Feast of Weeks and Feast of Tabernacles and Feast of Unleavened Bread. I'm coming down through high priests and Levitical priesthoods and Aaronic priesthood and Melchizedek orders. I'm coming to get you out of this mess. And before I finish, I will reconcile you unto myself. You talking about a rescue mission. Salvation is God on a rescue mission to get you out of what you couldn't get out of yourself. I want to tell you, I love